Hi friends, this is Meredith with Organic Lines Art and Design. Today we're going to be doing some more doodling, but this is reverse doodling. So we're going to add some color to our paper and then doodle over top. So let's get started. All right, so last doodling we created this awesome piece of art for my puppy dog Jade. And what we did, we doodled our lines in first with our black, and then we colored them in with color with our markers. So this time we're going to be using our markers first to color our paper, and then using our black to doodle over top of it. So I have the paper that I used last time, and I love upcycling or recycling the paper so you don't waste anything. And I'm just going to do a little swatch test. So you can see from the last doodling that I did, these are the colors of some of the highlighters that we used. So just as a refresher, I'm going to introduce the colors back. So this was our teal. This was our yellow. We have our coral and our rose gold. And then we also have our bullet nib markers that kind of complement the other colors. So this is Crimson Crush Metallic. So I thought that would work well with our rose gold or with our coral. This one is Copper Cabana, which will also work well with the rose gold, the coral, and I think with the yellow. And then this one is Fairy Forest. And this one works really awesome with the teal color and complements the other colors nicely as well. And then just for fun, I did include a shimmer marker, and this was the yellow one. So just like any other paint marker, you kind of have to get it going, and then you've got the shimmer effect. So I'll hold that up to the camera so you can see all of our colors that I've chosen for today. And then I also have our Doodle pens. So this is the fine tip Pitt Artist Pen, and this is the soft brush Pitt Artist Pen. All right, so for today, I'm going to turn the paper over, and I'd like to create a bookmark. And bookmarks, I'm not sure if there's an actual size to a bookmark, but I know that they are rectangular and fit in most books. So I'm just going to color this whole part of my paper and then doodle over it. And then I'm going to look up how big bookmarks really are and then trim it to that size. So let's start by doing our reverse doodling. So I start with the lighter colors first. And when I'm putting marker or paint or colored pencil, I do lighter colors first because you can always add more to your paper if you want to. But with darker colors, sometimes it's harder to kind of go back in and lighten them up. So this is a way to gradually add color to your background, is basically what we're making as a background. So, and I'm more of a conservative color person. I'm more comfortable with black and white, so this is stepping out of my comfort level a little bit. And I'm creating squiggles and just quick coloring to create this abstract, organic type of a background. Ooh, this shimmery metallic highlighter goes over the other ones really, really nicely. So to what I just said, using the lighter color first, this would be an exception because this one is really transparent. And although it looks rose gold on the barrel, how it colors is really nice and transparent over the other colors and over itself. And I know that this teal will kind of dominate, so I'm only going to add little bits of it. And if you enjoy doing marker art like this, then I highly recommend looking into some watercolors, because with watercolors, you're going to create a similar type of an abstract background, but there's a good chance it will kind of melt together a little bit more and create a more flowy type of a background rather than such a graphic stroke-filled background like this. All right, so that's good for now. And here's the fun part where you get to start doodling. So I'll save the shimmer for last, but I'll start with our coppery color. And as I mentioned in my last doodling video, you may have been introduced to continuous line drawing in your art class in school. And if you haven't, it's really easy. You just put your marker or your pen to the paper and you just start making shapes and kind of letting your marker move around your paper without much planning, and really making it an organic, flowy type of a design, and just almost like a little warm-up to another drawing type of a activity or whatever else your art teacher might have had in mind. But it's very easy and there's no right and wrong, and so it's the perfect way to really kind of loosen up your possible judgment towards your own art. And since you can't really plan out what you're doodling like this, again, there's no right or wrong, and it's fun to see how it turns out. Okay. And I bet there's studies out there that kind of tell you what your doodles might mean. I haven't looked into these studies, but I think that would be cool if there were studies like that. And the shimmery, I'll put some, I think I'll just color with the shimmer a little bit. That's really cool. The shimmer really steals the show, in my opinion. I think it's so eye-catching. And again, just kind of putting it wherever you want. And my brain always tries to balance things out. So if I put something up here, I automatically think, oh, maybe I should put something down here. So I kind of try and fight that just so it's a little less predictable to myself. And adding some fun little patterns like dots or maybe hearts always is kind of gives it a little bit of whimsy and fun. Okay, this is cool. All right, so now it's time to add our black line art, and I'm going to do the continuous line drawing technique with florals in mind. So I'm going to start just making petals and then viney type things and leaves and see how florally it may turn out. Again, this is not exactly planned. It's only planned to the point of florals. So let's give it a go. All right, so this is my finished reverse doodling, and I'm going to go ahead and make it into a bookmark. All right, so I found that most bookmarks are anywhere between 2 by 6 to 2 by 8. So I made a little viewfinder to find the coolest part of my reverse doodling so I can trace it and create my bookmark. So I love viewfinders because you can kind of move them any way you want in order to find that awesome spot of your doodle to create whatever you're creating. So I think something like that, or even down here, kind of like this, kind of like what's going on here. There we go. Okay, so now I'll just trace this and then cut it out. So after adding some cardstock to the back to make it a little bit thicker, a little fun name, Floral Fantasies up top, and a fun little tassel, this is our reverse doodling bookmark. Thank you for joining me at Organic Lines Art and Design, and continue to follow me for fun art adventures.